Hello, welcome to Money Swami channel. The only objective of this Money Swami channel is to help you and educate you on how you can ensure the right amount of money is available to you and your family whenever it is required by helping you to master 4 M's of money. That is make money, manage money, multiply money, and protect money. So in this series of 4 M's of money mastery lessons by Money Swami, today we are going to again discuss one of the important topic, that is step-by-step process how to claim money from insurance mediclaim policies. Okay, so before I go ahead with this topic, now I would request, please make sure your family also watches this video. The reason being, a person takes a mediclaim policy, husband or father takes a mediclaim policy normally, typically, and family member have no clue about what is this mediclaim, how to go about it. The person is hospitalized, he is unconscious or he is in coma, person is in the hospital, and the family member do not have any clue about the mediclaim policies. Even though they have a mediclaim policy, they have to run here there for arranging the money because they don't know how to go about the mediclaim policy. So make sure that your family also watches this video. It will be, in such situation, it will be useful for them, it will be handy for them. They will have some fair idea or some idea how to go about in case of such situation arises in life. Okay, so that's the important thing. So make sure they watch this. So let's start now. What are the steps how we can claim money in case of from our mediclaim policy in case of hospitalization or etc. Okay, so there are basically 3 ways you can claim money from mediclaim policies. One is called cashless hospitalization, second one is called reimbursement, and the third one is both. It can be both cashless as well as reimbursement. I will tell you later in which situation both the situation might arise. Okay, so let's first start with the cashless claim. So cashless claim ka matlab kya hai? If person is hospitalized in a authorized network hospital of the insurance company, then whatever treatment, whatever expenses you incur in that hospital, if you have a mediclaim policy and if it is payable as per the policy condition, then most of the money will be paid by insurance company directly to the hospital, and you just have to take the treatment. In some cases 100% might pay, in some cases 90%, some cases 80%. In case if they pay 80% or 90%, the balance you have to pay, the remaining amount insurance company will pay. So that's how you get the treatment under cashless. Okay, cashless, how you get the claim is settled. Now for cashless, what do you need? For cashless, basically you need 2 documents. The first one is ID card of the person who is admitted. Okay, and second one is the at least minimum last 4 years policy if your policy is old. Okay, and if your policy is not 4 years old, whatever number of years policies that you have, you take. If not, at least take latest year policy with you. Okay, so latest year policy and ID card of the person who is admitted. These 2 documents you need to carry in case if you want a cashless claim in case the person is hospitalized. Now there are 2 situations here. One is called emergency hospitalization, and the second one is called pre-planned hospitalization. In both the situation, you can go for cashless. Now, what is emergency hospitalization? Like suppose person met with an accident and immediately needs to be admitted. That is called emergency. A person with high fever or some, maybe some other health issues, they take to the hospital and then doctor is of the opinion that he needs to be get admitted immediately. जैसे आपने experience किया होगा किसी का hospital में जाते हैं ऐसे check करने के लिए and looking at उसका BP and ये सब पूरा check करने के pulse check करने के बाद बोलते हैं कि doctor immediately admit करना पड़ेगा. That is called emergency hospitalization. So in case of emergency hospitalization, again the same process that I told you need to carry this document, submit to the cashless department. Each and every hospital have this cashless department, and they will tell you whether your insurance company is there in the cashless or not, or if you have a policy and you have a cashless, you can check on the website of the insurance company also. Nowadays they provide the information which hospitals are there in the cashless. So you submit the document to the cashless department. They will coordinate with the insurance company or TPA, and they will ask for the approval, and then insurance company will approve the amount. Okay, let me tell you, the insurance company will not approve the entire amount in one go. So they will approve, maybe, they have to, in whatever the hospital request, like initial like for 1 to 1 day say treatment or 2 days treatment पहला approve करता है, उसके बाद ऐसा लगता है कि और extend करना पड़ेगा, again insurance hospital will send the intimation to the insurance company requesting further approve, further sanction. Then again insurance company will analyze whether further hospitalization is required or not required based on the reports and papers submitted by the hospital, and if they have the opinion that it needs to be approved, they will approve it. Like that they will approve step by step, and there will be a final bill. When you are getting discharged, there will be a final bill, and final bill जब आएंगे तभी चेक करेगा इंश्योरेंस कंपनी ने कितना अप्रूव किया हुआ है और टोटल बिल कितना आया है. If the total bill has come say 4 lakhs and insurance company has approved say 3.5 lakh, you have to make the difference 50,000 and get the discharge. Okay, while getting discharged, please remember you don't get your original papers of the reports, medicines, and because this needs to be submitted to the insurance company. So request the hospital to give you one set of all the document, like all the reports, all the medicines, all the everything that you take, because for future reference you might require. So you'll not get the original. So because the hospital will send directly to the insurance company. Okay, so remember this. Now there is one more situation: pre-planned hospitalization. Pre-planned hospitalization again for cashless. So if there's a pre-planned, like cataract का operation कराना है, there are some like heart कोई heart का operation कराना है, कोई eyes का operation कराना है, anything. कोई ऐसे कुछ ऑपरेशन से जो प्री प्लान्ड है, 1 हफ्ते के बाद या 3 दिन के बाद ऑपरेशन करने की जरूरत है उसका, दैट इज कॉल्ड प्री प्लान्ड. सो इन दैट सिचुएशन अगेन same document, 2 document you take, give it to the cashless department. They will fill the pre-authorization form, and they will provide why for what purpose they need to be admitted or what surgery needs to be done. So the letter they will submit and they will send it to insurance company, and they will take the approval, pre-approval. So before you get admitted, you know what is the amount they have sanctioned for the that surgery and all. So in case there is a time to get admitted, please go for pre-authorization. Instead of, in case of emergency, we don't have a choice. After you get admitted, you have to coordinate with the insurance company. But in case of pre-planned hospitalization, you have enough time with you. So get the approval before you go. You just need to carry this document, give it to the insurance, give it to the hospital, and hospital will coordinate with the insurance company and get the pre-approval. That is called pre-planned hospitalization. So emergency and pre-planned hospitalization, both the situation, cashless can happen. Now, the third type of the second type of claim, how you can claim, is reimbursement. So when reimbursement will happen? If you got admitted to a hospital which is not in the authorized network hospital list of the insurance company. Second, you are admitted to the authorized network hospital of the insurance company, but due to some reason, due to maybe it was not coordinated, or the document, whatever document required, you are not submitted, and because that's the reason you have not got the approval. In such situation, your claim, you have to go under reimbursement option. So if you are going under reimbursement option, please remember, before you get discharged from the insurance company, collect all the original reports, collect all the prescription originals, collect all the receipts, collect all the bills, and collect all the papers, everything related to that. And also there is one more paper you need to collect from the 2 more paper you need to collect from the insurance company, that is indoor treatment sheet. You remember जब आप हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट रहता है तो डॉक्टर एक डेट लिखता है, टाइम लिखता है, और उस टाइम में आके आपका बीपी कितना था, क्या मेडिसिन दिया, क्या सिचुएशन, तो वो पूरा शेड्यूल वाइज लिखा रहता है. दैट इज कॉल्ड इंडोर ट्रीटमेंट शीट. ये पूरा 10 पेज, कभी कभी 20 पेज, कभी कभी इतना पेजेस का होता है. वो भी पेपर की जरूरत रहती है टू अंडरस्टैंड, बिकॉज इंश्योरेंस कंपनी वांट्स टू स्टडी द लाइन ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट दे हैव गिवन, टाइम टू टाइम प्रोग्रेस क्या हुआ है उस ट्रीटमेंट का, वो चेक करना चाहते हैं. टू चेक दैट डॉक्यूमेंट विल प्रूव द जेन्युइनिटी ऑफ द hospitalization and the claim and etc. So that's the reason that document is very, very, very important. They will not give you unless you ask. You have to ask, I have a medical policy, I need to claim money, so give me the indoor treatment sheet or indoor treatment papers. In some cases it is also called indoor case papers. So you need to collect that document, and also you have to fill on the claim form of the insurance company, there is a form B section. This section you have to get it filled from the hospital or from the treating doctor. Like, this basically when the person was admitted, for what purpose admitted, what treatment is given, that also you need to get it filled. And you need to collect your discharge summary. You need to, collect all the original reports, prescription, everything, etc. And that original file that you collect, make sure you take create one more set photocopies, because you need to submit all these original papers along with the claim form that you fill, and also put all the original last 4 years copies of the insurance copies, policies copies, and also you put your identity, PAN card and Aadhaar card, and also you put your bank details in that file, and all the originals along with this PAN card, Aadhaar card, bank details, and policies you need to submit to the policies. You need to submit the copies. You don't have to submit the originals. So you need to submit to TPA और इंश्योरेंस कंपनी, डिपेंडिंग अगर जो टीपीए नहीं है, कुछ सम इंश्योरेंस कंपनी डायरेक्टली डील करता है. सो दिस हाउ यू नीड टू सबमिट फॉर द रीइंबर्समेंट. सो कंपनी विल एनालाइज, इट विल टेक मिनिमम 15 to 30 days डिपेंडिंग ऑन द केस. इट कैन गो अप टू 2 months 3 months डिपेंडिंग व्हाट क्वेरी उन्होंने क्या रेज किया है, आप क्या उसको रेस्पॉन्ड करते हैं, कितना टाइम में रेस्पॉन्ड करते हैं, सारी चीजें होते हैं. सो दैट, एंड आफ्टर दैट इफ दे फाइंड इट ऑल इन ऑर्डर, दे विल सेटल योर क्लेम अंडर reimbursement. Now, in all this situation, if you are going for a reimbursement case, please make sure that you within 24 to 48 hours of hospitalization, you inform the insurance company or TPA that I'm getting admitted to so and so particular hospital, or or nursing home for treatment. Giving your policy number, आपका policy number mention करना है, and then claim आपको register करना है. It is called claim, not register, it's a claim intimation. So they, once you intimate the claim to the insurance company or TPA, they will give you one claim intimation number. That claim intimation number, when you are submitting your papers for the reimbursement, you have to mention on the claim form, claim intimation number. That is very, very important. After you intimate, there might be one, doctor might visit from the insurance company to check whether you are really admitted in the hospital or not. अगर आपने intimate नहीं किया, और बहुत सारे लोग नहीं करते, एडमिट होके बाद चलो ठीक है, डिस्चार्ज होने का पेपर दे देंगे, सबमिट करेंगे. इंश्योरेंस कंपनी कैन डिस्प्यूट योर क्लेम, can raise a question why you are not submitted. You have to have a genuine reason why you're not submitted, like everybody was admitted and nobody was there in the help, all those things. Why you need to get, if you can just at least, if you have an agent, please tell them I'm getting admitted for so and so reason, I'm getting admitted to this hospital, and for this reason please inform the insurance company. So if you have an agent, they will inform to the insurance company, they will take the claim intimation number, and after you discharge from the hospital, and whatever document I mentioned for the reimbursement, you give all these original documents with the file, complete file form filled, to your agent. Your agent, you need not go to the insurance company. If you have an agent, they will help you in submitting your claim paper, and also follow up if there is anything follow up has to be done, they will do it. If you do not have agent, you have to do it yourself if you have taken direct policy online or something like that. Okay, so this is how you can do. Now the third situation is both कैशलेस एज वेल एज रीइंबर्समेंट. कौन सी सिचुएशन में दोनों क्लेम हो सकता है? वो ये सिचुएशन में हो सकता है जब आपने ऑथराइज हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट हुआ है, और वहां पे एडमिट होकर जो क्लेम जो एक्सपेंसेस होता है, वहां पे जो एक्सपेंस होता है, वो इंश्योरेंस कंपनी सेटल करते हैं, उसको बोलते हैं हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन एक्सपेंसेस. लेकिन ऐसा आपने कुछ सिचुएशन होगा, वो देखा होगा कि एडमिट होने से पहले भी कभी 15 दिन 1 महीने से ट्रीटमेंट ले रहा था, या रिपोर्ट कराया था, कंसल्ट किया था, वो एक्सपेंसेस होता है. इंश्योरेंस के लैंग्वेज में उसको बोलते हैं प्री हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन एक्सपेंसेस. दैट इज आल्सो कवर्ड इन द पॉलिसी. एंड डिस्चार्ज होने के बाद आपका 30 दिन से 60 दिन तक, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द कंपनी पॉलिसी, डिफरेंट कंपनी पॉलिसीज, आपको कंसल्ट करना पड़ता है, ट्रीटमेंट लेना पड़ता है, फॉलो अप करवाना पड़ता है, रिपोर्ट्स करवाना पड़ता है, ये सब चीजें होता है. इसको बोलते हैं इन द इंश्योरेंस लैंग्वेज पोस्ट हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन एक्सपेंसेस. सो जो कैशलेस में गया, आपका हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन एक्सपेंसेस कवर हुआ, लेकिन पहला हुआ था वो तो आपका अभी तक आपका एक्सपेंसेस मिला नहीं है ना. आपके अगर पॉलिसी में लिमिट अभी भी बचा है, पूरा आपने सम इंश्योर्ड अमाउंट, आप पॉलिसी अमाउंट एग्जॉस्ट नहीं किया है, यू कैन ऑल्सो अप्लाई फॉर दिस प्री हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन एक्सपेंसेस एंड पोस्ट हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन एक्सपेंसेस. बहुत सारे लोगों को इसके बारे में जानकारी नहीं है, जो हॉस्पिटल में सेटल हो गया उसको भी भूल जाता है. सो you are eligible to apply if you have, there is a policy amount still left, pre-hospitalization expenses and post-hospitalization expenses. In some company, in case of pre and post, they pay lump sum amount they pay, and some company they pay actual expenses. Okay, so depending on which company you have, you see the policy condition, how it is covered. Based on that, you can take that. Okay, so this is what I wanted to cover in this video. Yeah, I understand this is a pretty long video, but these are the information, we need to understand completely. So I hope this video was useful, this information was useful. I'm sure that I'm sure that आपने family के साथ ये video देखा है. अगर नहीं देखा है, please forward this to your family member and ask them to watch this video till the end, because this will be useful in case of emergencies. Okay, and if you find this video useful, and if you like this video, you can like this video, and if you think this information has to be shared with your friends and relatives, उनको भी इसके जानकारी होने चाहिए, because बहुत सारे टाइम में वो लोग आपसे पैसे मांगने आते हैं, सब सिचुएशन होता है, हॉस्पिटलेशन होता है, आपसे हेल्प मांगता है, उसके बदले में प्लीज एजुकेट देम, उसका इंपॉर्टेंस, आप मेडिक्लेम का इंपॉर्टेंस, और वो कैसे क्लेम कर सकते हैं मेडिक्लेम है तो आपके पास वो पैसे की, आपको पैसे की देने की जरूरत नहीं है. दिस हाउ द by educating them you can help them. Okay, so you can share with your friends, and if you're not subscribed to my channel called Manish Swamy, MONEY SWAMY, Manish Swamy, my YouTube channel, please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you are in YouTube channel, please subscribe below and click on the bell button for the future update of the videos. And remember, this channel, Manish Swamy channel, is all about help you to master 4 M's of money, because that is important to ensure the right amount is available to you and your family whenever it is required. That's the main objective, and that's my mission, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I hope once again you liked it. Okay, keep learning, keep growing, and stay safe, stay healthy. Wish you all the best. See you in my next video on the same, again on the Mediclaim only. I'm going to cover in the next video types of Mediclaim policies or health insurance policies that are available in the market. Okay, see you in those in those videos in the future. Bye bye, take care.